This video is brought to you by Practical Music Theory for the Rock Guitarist, my new book, which is a comprehensive guide to all aspects of music theory necessary for playing rock guitar. From blues to the cycle of fifths, from understanding and using modes to choosing the right notes for a melodic solo, from pentatonic scales to chord construction and keys. It's all covered in a clear and concise manner. With accompanying video demonstrations, jam tracks and tabs, you'll learn to use the knowledge you gain in accessible ways that make sense for less than the cost of a few guitar lessons. Check out the link in the description for more details. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. That little solo there was me giving my still recuperating hand a little bit of what I guess you could call jazz therapy. You may have noticed a little bit of hesitancy in a couple of places. That's because, you know, at the moment I can't really use my third finger on this hand for very much. So when the muscle memory kicks in and says, third finger do this, I've got to kind of override it and say, no, second finger do that, or fourth finger do that, hence why I nearly lost it in one particular place there, but we got away with it. The reason for this solo is because today is Wednesday, which means we're doing viewers' questions, and today's question is courtesy of one of my students, a chap I've mentioned on the channel before. He's called Edwin, and apart from anything else, he sold me the rather wonderful Blue Guitar Amp 1 that I use for all of my guitar tones. I was using it on that, actually, there. And, you know, he contacted me and said, you know, how do I go about getting like the kind of jazzy sort of feel in a like a jazz blues, like a Robin Ford or, you know, maybe a Josh Smith kind of blues chord sequence. So that was the meat of the lesson, and what follows now is just a little, I guess, recorded snippet of the Zoom lesson where we talk about such matters, and it went like this. Okay, right, so here we go. Let's first of all take a listen to the solo that you played. There we go. Okay, so if we just kind of take a look at what you just did there, as we're going from the 1 chord there up to the 4 chord, before we do that, let's just show people, because this is getting recorded for a YouTube video after all, let's just take a look at the chord sequence that you were playing over there. That little run that you played as you were going from the 1 chord up to the 4 chord was over this bar here. So do you want to just run me through what you were playing there? What, if you can remember?
Yeah, I call it the John Robson signature lick that I try to play there.
Yeah.
That you normally play in high gain, so I try to play it in lower gain, but I played a B flat Mixolydian there.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah, my little legato lick, which is you can play it better than me at the moment.
I know when I recorded it that it is hard to play in a lower gain mode. If I play it with a higher gain, it's a lot easier. But that's what happened.
Okay, so first suggestion I would make is that if we go back to the chord sequence here, yeah, these two chords here do come from B-flat mixolydian, so that is a valid scale choice to use over the top of them. When I'm like, this is essentially, a 12-bar blues wearing a posh suit, and as I'm over this last bar of, before I go to the 4 chord here, the E flat 7, usually what I'll do there is try and introduce a little bit of tension. Now, there are a number of ways you could do this. This here, this F minor 7 and this B flat 7, you can think of that as a 2-5 sequence leading to E flat, which is your 1 chord.
Yeah.
So over any 2-5 sequence, what you could do is use the F melodic minor, okay, which is F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E. Now, you could just run up that scale, you could figure out a fingering for it, but the thing is, most people, well, certainly like me, who grew up learning to play a lead guitar via pentatonic box shapes and kind of blues licks, would probably find that scale pattern a little
Sorry.
unwieldy. So what I tend to do there is I'll take the F note, the A flat note, and the C note, and that gives me an F minor arpeggio. F, A flat, and C. I'm trying to type as quickly and as accurately as I can with one finger or with one hand. So that's an F minor arpeggio, right?
Yeah.
Then here's a little useful bit of knowledge. If you then take if you play the arpeggios of the 1, 4, and 5 chords of any kind of traditional 7-note scale, you've got all the notes in that scale. So along with that F minor arpeggio, what I'd probably do, and I'm not going to type this out, is I'd probably play the arpeggio of the 4 chord, which is a B flat major. And then the arpeggio of the 5 chord, which would be a C major. And you play an F minor arpeggio. Let's kind of make that same format, F minor arpeggio. Play these 3 scales together, or these 3 arpeggios together. And all you've got to do really is think in terms of, well, how would I play those chords? How would I play an F minor chord? How would I play a B flat major chord? How would I play a C major chord? Just think in terms of your bar chord shapes, basically, and play, maybe something like, we can probably tab this out. Oh, didn't mean to do that. We can maybe tab this out. We can probably go something like this. Let's just do a little bit of late 90s internet style tab. And go copy and paste. Oh, and it's added another line in between. This is great, isn't it, when it goes? There we go. So we can probably, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could probably, if you were to play maybe an F minor arpeggio there, sorry, that's wrong. Yeah, I'm thinking F sharp minor there, aren't I? 3, 1, 1, like that. There's an F minor triad. And then come up to maybe a B flat major, descending B flat major arpeggio like that. And then go up to a C major arpeggio like that. Okay. What you've got there are all of the notes of that scale arranged into arpeggios.
Yeah. I try it now. Is that okay?
Yeah, try it.
I do it one octave higher. Yeah, the audio kind of took a little bit of a strangle there, but we can live with that. And you see what you've got here is a beautifully dissonant note, this E note, which is, if you can time that to happen over this B flat chord here at the end of this bar, that's giving you a really kind of dissonant tritone kind of sound, which can then resolve down from the E note here to the E flat root note, E flat note of this chord, and you're getting this wonderful kind of tension and release that's happening as a result of playing over that 2/5 sequence there with the melodic minor. That is one way that you could, excuse me, that you could tackle that. Any questions?
No, it's clear. I will give it a try, and I'm not sure. Maybe I make a new recording with his suggestions, and you can put it on Patreon again. I don't know yet, but I will certainly give it a try. It's a good suggestion. Yeah.
Okay. Now, thank you for that. There is another thing we can do here. Okay. So let's go back to these lesson notes. So let's just kind of amend this and say, let's put a little, I know what we'll do. We'll just put a little kind of star over this bar here so that this, we can reference which bits of the text are referring to which bits of the solo. So F melodic minor over that bar there, and then, as I say, resolve down into an E flat note for that chord there. Right. The other thing I like to do here is you can effectively disregard this F minor 7 chord. We can just think of this as being 2 bars of B flat 7 or some kind of B flat dominant, because if you were to play a B flat root note or B flat bass note under that F minor 7 there, it will function as a B flat dominant. It will function as a B flat, I don't know, 9 sus4, or you could call it a B flat 11 or something like that. So if we're thinking of this as like just a bar of B flat 7, basically, another nice little trick you can do here, and I have an example of this I'm going to show you in a moment from an old YouTube video, is you can play, let's just say, or, ... play B flat altered scale. Now you have a pretty fluent knowledge of such things. Do you want to just, let's see, we're talking from the same page here. What is an altered scale as you understand it?
Yeah, what I will do there is interpret it as a B minor melodic minor.
Yeah, B melodic minor.
Yeah, and so there's a flat 9.
Yep.
Augmented 9. Let me see.
Yeah, the audio really is the audio gremlins are working overtime today. I think. They've been having.
Is it too loud or distorted?
No. I think what's happening is Zoom is detecting your guitar as background noise.
Okay, because I switched that off, I think. Okay.
So let's just write out the B flat altered scale here. As you say, it is just a B flat. It's just a B melodic minor. So that's going to be B flat, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp. Where's my cursor gone to?
Yeah, it's in the find mode.
F sharp.
You have to cancel it.
G sharp, and then back to B flat again. So that's the B flat altered scale. Now, again, a mistake I find many people make when they're trying to use this scale, and I did this for years, was just say, okay, that's the scale to use. I'll have a little bit of a ramble around the scale. I'm just kind of reciting the scale pattern, but trying to make it appear like I'm not reciting a scale pattern. Once again, arpeggios come to the rescue.
Yeah.
So what I like...
I have a question, John. One of the things that I also like in this kind of progressions is use a B flat 7, 6 flat 9.
Yeah.
and then you can play the half step, whole step progression.
Yes.
It makes it a lot more complicated, I know, but that sounds beautiful.
Yeah, that half step, whole step thing. I take a leaf out of Robin Ford's book.
Yeah,
Mike Stern, who will just use that scale over any dominant chord.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to have the sixth and the flat ninth and that sort of stuff in there. Just throw it out, because the nature of what you're doing with that scale is it's going to be tense and it's going to be dissonant and it's going to sound a bit angry. As long as you resolve it when you get to the destination chord, then it's going to work pretty well. But again, arpeggios come to the rescue here. Now, if we just take a look at the simplest arpeggio you can build from the B flat altered scale, or the B flat, or the B melodic minor, the B note, the D note, and the F sharp note. Now, in terms of that B flat 7, let's not forget we're playing over this chord here, which we're thinking of that F minor 7 there as being sort of just effectively a chord substitution for a B flat 7. The B is a flat 9. The D is the major third of the B flat, and the F sharp is the sharp 5. Okay, so you're getting a nice little mix there of flat 9 and sharp 5 with a nice kind of anchor note in there that's the major third of the chord. Now, what I've got here is a solo that I played when I did a review between, I think it was a Godin or Godin Fifth Avenue jazz box, and I had a loan of that, and I had a loan of I think it was a 1958 Gibson ES something or other, ridiculously valuable guitar, that I did a comparison between a kind of modern jazz box and an old school one. So I'm just going to go and find that. Now, this is in the key of D. This is in the key of G.
Is this also on YouTube? Can I find this on YouTube? John, will you mail it after the lesson?
Yeah, sure. Now, why are you... Okay, so I'm just going to put this up on screen here.
Yeah.
And come back to Zoom. And here we go. So this is... you'll see both guitars on screen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it play it, and then when it gets to the appropriate point where I use what in this case would be the G altered scale, so it's going to be G sharp or A flat melodic minor, I'll just pause it and point it out, and I think there's a couple of places where I use it. So here it is. Okay, so we're on that chord now. We're on the last bar of the 1 chord before it goes up to the 4 chord. Yeah. And I'm going to use the A flat minor arpeggio here over the last bar of the G7, and you'll see me resolve it onto the 4 chord.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Isn't that a lovely little lick? You know, I just wish that I'd invented it. I copied that off a Robin Ford solo. And then there's another instance of that later on. So we'll just let it play through, and I'll pause it before.
Can you do it again? I want to hear it again, please, John. Can you play it a little bit? Oh, man. Yeah. Thank you, teacher.
and when you look at it, it's just a simple little kind of cowboy chord shape that I'm using, but just in an unusual way. Let's kind of let this play on, because there's the other guitar, the guitar on the bottom half of the screen gets a chance at doing the same thing in a different place in a moment. Here we go. A flat minor over G7.
Yeah.
Do that again. But notice how I resolve it onto a strong chord tone each time.
And do you do that on the first beat of the next bar? So you have this fourth bar.
Yeah,
and then it resolves to a chord note in the fifth bar. Is that what you do?
Yeah. So let's go back to our lesson notes. Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm playing the kind of wacky stuff over this bar here, and then on the first beat of this bar, as we hit the 4 chord, that's where I'm really, kind of resolving onto a strong note. And I think in both cases there I resolved onto the third. Which in the key of G, the 4 chord is a C, so the third is an E. But just transpose it into, B flat, and you'll.
Yeah.
And as always, you'll find a full tab for that little solo that kicked the video off, in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, and the clip of me playing it, and the lesson notes that I did with Edwin there that you saw in that video. And the jam track as well. The jam track is actually one of Edwin's own, and he very generously said I could use it for my wonderful Patreon supporters. So all of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address, and the link is in the description. $3 or £2.50 a month? No, it's more than that now, isn't it? Let's just call it $3 a month. I'm not sure what the UK price is, because Patreon price things in dollars, but it's $3 or the equivalent per month, and you get access to all of the additional goodies that go along with these YouTube videos. And a massive thank you to everybody who supports me in that, or any of the other ways, all of which are linked down below in the description. And of course, a humongous amount of thanks to Edwin for taking part in this video and allowing me the use of his jam track for my Patreon supporters. So thank you, Edwin. You're a gentleman, sir. We must get together and have a beer sometime. But that's pretty much it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video and found it useful, informative, and helpful in some way. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream every Friday, 5 PM UK time. We drink beer and talk about music and guitars and whatever else crops up, basically. It's a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.